Hi, so what is ransomware and how do you get it? So, ransomware is malicious code that is loaded onto your system and then it locks your system or it encrypts all of your files. And a message appears on your screen that if you want to get the decryption key, you have to pay them a ransom. That's why, hence, ransomware. Typically, the payment is in Bitcoin and the explosion in cryptocurrencies has really allowed ransomware to spread. So typically, what they would do is the message on the screen would give you a timer, two timers, and one would be price will increase in 24 hours, and they give you your first cost that you have to pay them. In ZNS case, I understand or I heard from the rumors on Facebook that it's like 18,000, and it should probably increase every 24 hours or every 12 hours, however they set up the timer. And then there's a deadline for the end date, in which case they will either release your data or they will wipe your data. And so you're under this kind of gun, under this pressure where they try to use time constraints to make you pay up sooner rather than later. So that's ransomware. That's what it is. So how do companies get infected with ransomware? A typical delivery method is via phishing scams via email. This is where your employees would click on a link or click on an attachment which downloads a piece of software, and that software then reaches out to a control and command server somewhere on the internet and downloads a payload. When it downloads that payload, the payload gives it instructions on what it would do, what it should do. Should it just go ahead and sit in the background and steal as much data as possible? It could be a spyware where it records all your strokes, or it could be a crypto payload where it says encrypt all of the files and it's ransomware. So that's how that works. The key though is that it happens as a result of typically what your employees do. So there are email attachments, email links with URLs, or it could be them just browsing certain websites that are infected or compromised with malware, and it downloads like that. Or the links in the email could lead to an infected site. But typically, email is the delivery vector. Um, the best way, there's technology controls, like you could try to filter out the spam, but one of the best things companies can do is make sure that their employees are trained and aware. 90% of cyber breaches and events like this are caused by employees who are simply uninformed, unprepared to deal with cyber attacks and social engineering attacks such as phishing. So that is ransomware and how it gets on your in your corporation, in your systems. Look out for the other videos that I have or visit my page.